y'all, I gotta do this. Hold on. Oh, man. Okay, y'all, I don't know why it's doing it this way. That's very weird. Why is the orientation locked? I don't know. Well, we're gonna have to, let's see if we can do it. Is it gonna let me do it this way? Rotate the device. Rotate device back. Hey, Tanya, am I up and down this way or is it going this way? It's long way, right? It's long way, right? This is sucking, y'all. I didn't mean for it to do this. I don't know if we're going to be able to do this. Hold on, y'all. I was going to try to put you on the tripod, but I don't know if we're going to be able to do this. How about this way? Yeah, this is not what I wanted. It's doing weirds. It's doing weirds. I don't know why I did it this way. All right, who's all in here? Let's see who all is in here. All right. Well, it did it. My thing, I don't know why the orientation didn't do right. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to be able to see how this works. Okay, well, yeah, I don't know if the orientation is going to do right. We're going to have to kind of work it out. I don't know, y'all. We finagling. Ooh. Hold on. You looking at the ceiling. I'm going to have to bring it up. We're going to have to finagle. Okay. I'm finagling. Hold on. Let's see if we can finagle it. We're going to have to finagle. Can you see me? Can you see me? Y'all see me? I hope you can see me. Tanya, let me know if you can see me. I'm getting ready to get the iPad. I didn't mean for it to go in this direction, but for whatever reason, it's doing this. And when I turned it, it should have did it the other way, but oh well, we ain't gonna worry about it. Let me get y'all on here. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Okay, good. Can you see me? Can you see me okay? Half of my face. So you don't see my whole face? Because I can see. Hold on. Let me see what it looks like on here. Hold on. Turn your phone the long way. And then you'll be able to see everything. The video, I meant for it to be, sideways. But for whatever reason, on this live, when my phone was laid sideways, it didn't do sideways. It did long ways. But if I restart the whole chat, it'll do a whole nother chat. Because YouTube don't let you fix it. But you should be able to see me if you do your phone long ways. I'm not lengthwise. Right. How's it going? It's supposed to be the other way, but girl, who knows today? Maybe it wasn't meant to do the chat. I was like, well, let me go in and check in with them. How's it going? I got these on sale, y'all. I love almonds, and this is my favorite right here. If y'all haven't had these, I used to eat these on the road when I drove the truck. Good. Well, I took a vacation day today. I usually work. But yesterday I had to go to the dentist. But it didn't go bad. It was just a cleaning. Because they did all them cavity fillings when I was at the other company. So I used to order them get them at the truck stop. And they weren't cheap. But it was a little packet. At Costco, I think this is normally like $15 or something like that. It had like $5 off. So it was about, this is a 2 pound, 13-ounce bag. I think it was like $10, something like that. So I don't think that's bad for almonds. They cover medical, this company is good. They cover medical, dental. Well, they pay for your medical. So they pay for your medical insurance, the company I'm with now. What's dental? I think they pay for your dental too. Medical and dental they pay for. I pay for vision. You also have a policy they pay for your life insurance. I pay for vision. And some other, like, I did some extended stuff. So I pay for that. I don't know if we're going to have a lot of people because I didn't do a big announcement on this. I was just checking in. I haven't, I'm kind of bored, so I said, well, there's a lot of stuff going on. And so I said, let me get in here and just do some catch up. Yeah, it is. Because I actually make more at this company, even though it's less. Well, it's a little less per hour because my other job is salary. But because they include your health care and they pay for your internet. Because you work from home, they pay for your internet too. I have the past 3 days I've been just kind of lazy. I ain't gonna lie. I really just rested. But I got stuff I need to do. And I don't like being as lazy as I've been, but I just really kind of took, like I said, I'm still kind of reeling in from all the madness of that stuff with Grumpy. The apartment, that's still playing in my head. I still got to try to find the youngest brother. I still got stuff to do. I had to finish out thank you cards, which I haven't mailed any of them. I'm trying to finish that on Sunday. So I'm going to mail everything at the same time. Pretty much that's it. I went to the dentist yesterday. I thought I had my DOT physical, which was supposed to be today, but then I realized, oh, it's not until December. I don't know why. It tells you about where my mind is at. Do I want to go to counseling? Counseling for what? Counseling for what? Explain, Kat. Explain, Tanya. Oh, no, I'm very decompressed. That's what gonna get my mind around. So I'm very decompressed. So let me kind of explain myself. That's a good question. I'm a very analytical person, so I analyze things. I analyze situations, and I ponder them. I think them over. And I'm a person that goes, what was I to learn from this? I'm not upset about Grumpy. I actually kind of had a feeling Grumpy was going to be checking out based on some dreams he had. And we didn't have a typical father-daughter relationship. He's my biological father, but we actually became kind of friends. But at the same time, I have looked over his life in my mind and what I knew of it. And my thing is, what can I learn not to be? Because as his children, we did inherit behaviors. There's things I inherited from him, and I didn't grow up with him. And we had a lot of similarities. He identified them. He told me, he says, if you would have been a boy, you would have been a junior. Because we're so much alike on certain levels. Not all levels, but certain levels. You inherit things from your family, from your parents, good, bad, and indifferent. What you want to do, especially with the bad stuff, you need to analyze how not to incorporate or to be aware of those issues you inherit. So there's things, especially being 53 now, we all have to look at our mortality. But what can I learn from that on not to be? And I analyze that. I analyzed the condition of where he was in his last days. I analyzed how out of order things were. I analyzed how self-centered he was. I analyzed what came down through the family line after meeting the extended family. As you know, I joked, well, I told the truth, but I made it funny when I told the story of the ratchet family. But they're ratchet. And what do you take from that family and not incorporate it into your life? You know, I've met them and I saw a lot of the ratchetness, the brokenness, and you inherit that stuff. And so what you want to do is see where that's at your door, where that's on board, and you need to analyze. A lot of people don't do that. And it amazes me when I talk to people, because I have friends of mine, I talk to them, and it's like they don't they don't get it. And they kind of put family members in pedestals, and they know, like, even there's times when there's ratchet things that happen in their family, and I be sitting there going, but they'll tell you about it. They'll tell you that they're not happy with it, and then 10 minutes later, oh, my poor family, or my poor sibling, or my poor cousin, or my poor. And I'm not saying that you don't have human compassion, but it's like all of a sudden, all the ratchetness you done forgot about. And or the other thing they do is they put family members on pedestals because they had certain titles and roles in the family, and that person was a ratchet individual. So I'm not trying to say you're supposed to hate them. We enable our own. Exactly. That's kind of what it is. So no, I don't think it's like I need to go counseling. I'm not depressed. So please go. I'm not. That's not it. What I'm doing is I sit and I reflect. And this was I mean, anytime you deal with death, but anytime you deal with the way he died and with who he was as an individual, it is a reflective moment. There is a lot of generational curses in our line. And when I met the extended family, it then made some more sense to me about who he was. Because this is in his generation on his father's side, especially. There were issues on my grandmother's side. I knew her. I had heard of this Smith side. I didn't really know them. I knew of like one or two people. I knew him and then two other people. So I did, hey, Miss Chicago BBW. I didn't know the rest of them. And until I met the two other cousins and interacted with them and met the adopted brother who also was a cousin, and until I met them and I understood, then I'm like, oh, okay, now things make sense. And now it makes sense that this is something you weren't just a butthole, you actually inherited this, because it just even interacting with that Aquanetta cousin, it was like I was dealing with a female version of him on a certain level that I knew aspects of who he was. I knew aspects of who he was. So that's how I knew when she was trying to play me. I'm like, oh, girl, bye. This is my biological father. I already know. I've seen him do it with females. You can't play me like that. There's probably a lot of us with that last one. Smith is and yeah, where your people from? Most of his are from Oklahoma and Texas. We didn't have any in Chicago. I can tell you that for a fact. But remember, as slaves, they just were given the last name of whoever the master was. Oh yeah. If you watch us later on, give us a like, thumbs up, share it out. No, we didn't have no people in Tennessee. At least both families. My mom's people, Oklahoma and Louisiana. Monty's people, Oklahoma, Texas. That's it. Y'all know I'm reading the comments over here. I don't know why the phone is. I am thinking about getting a new phone, y'all. What y'all think of the new iPhone? Have y'all seen that new iPhone 13 Pro Max? It's talking to me. Me and Joe went, and yesterday we asked me about to go out somewhere to eat. Joe and I went to Hot and Juicy, which is seafood. I told you I've been trying to cut meat. I've had chicken with pho and shrimp. So chicken and shrimp and pho. I don't like pho with just vegetables. I like the vegetables that come with pho. And I don't like pho with just tofu, because I've done that too. Not the same. Chicken and shrimp I can do. I'm trying to cut the beef though, and I do a little bit of chicken every so often. Think about a good salad tonight. You know what I miss? We were talking about this yesterday. I was talking to somebody. I miss sweet tomatoes. I such a fan of sweet tomatoes. I love it. I know I'm fluffy, but I told y'all I like vegetables. And I really miss sweet tomatoes. I'm thinking about ordering a Greek salad though tonight. There's a place I get this Greek salad from, and their dressing. And I don't need no meat for that salad. That salad is great. It's got everything: tomato, onion. I love purple onion. It's got tomato, cucumber, pepperoncinis, lots and lots of pepperoncinis. Very crisp iceberg lettuce. And it has this Greek dressing. And then I sprinkle some tahini on it. It's a winner. I love those. And I told them to give me extra pepperoncinis. That's a big salad, and it's so good. I might do that. I haven't watched Foundations. I don't know if I'm being here too long. Oh, the compression socks. Did you go through that place, or did you go through another place? Who'd you go through? Pho soup is your friend, y'all. If you ain't never had pho, I don't know what to tell you. Pho is your friend. It's like a warm, happy meal. I haven't done Groupon in a long time. I used to hang with one of the girls from my church, and we used to take Groupons. And we went to a winery tour through Groupon. We had fun. They have wineries here in Arizona. So we drove them in the mountains. And we went to several wineries. Groupon, but I haven't used Groupon in a while. My company has free Grubhub, so I do that. That's food. Okay. Well, I got really fat calves. I ordered one pair off Amazon, but they're way too tight. And the band I like the bottom part of it, but the band at the top was horrid, which is one of the reviews that they had. That band was horrible. Matter of fact, you got me thinking, I need to order some. I'm going to order some from, what did I tell y'all? Bright Life Direct? I'm going to order some from there. I need to order some. Probably order some this week. And I need to order some. I haven't ordered any yet. But see, your calves, you're smaller. You're 200 pounds smaller than me, so your calves are not like mine. Mine are thick. So the compression has helped, hasn't it? And then cut your salt intake, because that's the other thing I noticed. My friend Linda has said to me, is to cut the salt intake, and I'm getting ready to do that. Because that's something she had to do as well. And she's thin. Y'all saw Linda in the barbecue thing. So Linda's thin. She's skinny, but she has high blood pressure, and she can't do salt. So she said that her salt issues are so bad that she actually gets headaches when she eats salt. So she can't do salt at all anymore. And Linda's thin. Like I said, Linda's skinny. She not fat at all. That baby can hula hoop. Probably mine say hula hoop Cheerio, but she an average sister. She ain't no fat chick at all. Ain't no obesity. And even her girls are thin. So I think they got a high metabolism in her family. Because she like food. And Linda be killing me. She's so funny. Because she like food. And her favorite girl, I don't know why this is so delicious. She's so funny. I love Linda. Linda funny. Good-hearted people. That's my sister from another mister. She cool as hell. Yeah, if y'all ain't have pho, please get pho. Yep, I figured he's gonna give you some water pill. Yep, I figured he's gonna talk to you about the weight. We on the same page. I understand what you meant. Like these got a lot of salt. I love these things. I told them I used to drive these on the truck with wasabi and soy sauce. They was on sale on Costco. I was like, I gotta get them. I used to eat these all the time while I drive the truck. And make sure you drink some water. That's what I'm trying to increase my water. I think 4 16.9 ounce bounce, about 32 ounces a day. Oh, no, it's more than that. 64 fluid ounces. I think that's what I'm trying to do. So I do a bottle in the morning. I do a bottle in the afternoon. I do a bottle at the end of my shift. And then I have a bottle sitting over here by the bed. Oh, yeah, I ain't gonna be coming from this channel. Woo! Truck videos will not be coming from this channel. I can make some recommendations. There would have to be no work, and the only job I could get was cooking. It'll help us, the salt, but our body, we're supposed to drink enough water on a regular basis. Plus, I'm gonna try to do some cleanses, because there was a couple videos I've seen about different cleanses. I'm gonna do a chamomile. There's one called a good belly flush, and you do it at night before you go to sleep for flushing. And that'll probably help with some of the inflammation. But what did he do? Chamomile tea, apple cider vinegar, cinnamon, lemon, and he steeped it for 10 minutes, and you're supposed to drink it right before you go to bed. Hold on, let me double check. I'm pretty sure that's what I saw. Hold on. Let me look at it, because I know I took pictures of it. Okay, hold on. I took pictures of it when I saw it. Chamomile tea, 8 to 12 ounces of water, half a lemon, something tablespoons, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, half a teaspoon teaspoon of cinnamon. You add the boiling water and add the chamomile. Add all the ingredients into the cup. You let it steep for 10 minutes, and then you're supposed to drink that right before you go to bed. And then there was another lady I watched. Now hers, I think you're gonna be pooping. I'm gonna be honest. You're gonna be in the toilet with hers. She had, and I have to go back and see if I can find the video. And she was some Jamaican chick, but you like she was gonna be cleaning house. I've been doing the coffee and lemon, no sugar. Okay, now, yeah, I can't do no coffee and lemon together. That would mess up my mojo. I can't. I can't, that don't even sound right. That's what that sound like. I can do tea with lemon and stuff, but I can't have you mess up my coffee. Because that right there sound like it would have an impact on the flavor of my coffee. And I'm a coffee, cream, and sweetener sister. I do the stevia sweetener and the raw, two of those in my coffee. And like right now, I got that. What's that Joe gave me? He got a new one, the carrot. And I realized I don't like flavored coffee, like the little pods of the flavor. And I like dark coffee. I want my coffee strong. I don't like weak wimpy coffee. Yeah, I can't. Well, I don't do sugar for the most part. Unless this right here was chai tea, 2 espresso shots, and coconut milk. And the coconut milk in here is usually pretty sweet when I get these. Okay. Wait, I'm sure it does because it sounds like you're going to be in the toilet with lemon and coffee together. Because lemon is a natural flusher. And then coffee also makes you, some people in coffee will make you poo-poo. So, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, coffee will make you go. I'm gonna try to do my cabbage thing again. I ordered some. Did I order cabbage? I'm gonna be ordering another head of cabbage. I know it does, but you just described to me. Look, I ain't even never did that, and I already knew that combination sounded like toilet. It sounded like a toilet visit. It sounded like a visit to the toilet. I already knew. Girl, you said coffee and lemon. Lemon makes you go pee, but it also, depending on in conjunction with its use, it can make you go poop. I already know. And me, I love. My problem is I bought some lemons today because I'm gonna do this too. But my problem is that I have to be careful because I will sit and I like some lemon with salt. Like Grumpy was about sugar. I'm about salt is my weakness. I ain't gonna lie. Sour and salty. Those are my weaknesses. I've had to cut those back, and as soon as I cut that back, my legs started going down. So I know that part of my issue with my leg is blood pressure and salt and retention of fluids. Yeah, but you're gonna be in the bathroom. I know that's for sure. And so we got 6 people in here, but only a couple folks is talking. Anyway, y'all, I gotta ask some of these whoever's in here. Have y'all watched this show called Orphan Black? I need to know if somebody didn't watch that Orphan Black. Let me know if y'all don't watch Orphan Black. I like Orphan Black. That's new. I just binge watched the whole season, and my new series I've been wanting to see. I've been waiting. When I got the Apple iPad on my birthday last year, it gave me a free year. Hey, Rochelle, what's up, baby? They gave me a free year of Apple TV, which Apple TV, in my opinion, sucks. Because most Apple TV, you click on something and you got to go subscribe. So all it is like a compilation of a bunch of other channels you got to subscribe to. They got a few things that'll show on Apple TV that are their stuff, but for the most part, you always got to go subscribe to something else. So I'm not a big fan of Apple TV, but it was free. Now it's like $10 a month, but the only reason I'm keeping it because I've been wanting to see this show Foundation. So I'm a huge sci-fi person. I love sci-fi. I like good sci-fi. And so this one was Foundations, which comes off of, it's a twist off of Dune. Okay, I'm just getting into Orphan Black. Orphan Black, now it's got a little stuff in there I don't care about, but that sister who plays them different people of herself, we need to give her an Academy Award. That sister is bad. When I was like, this chick can act. Each character she plays is distinctly different. And she, look, I was like, this sister is bad. That baby, she is overlooked because that baby got skills. When I just told Joe about it the other night. We went last night to have seafood because he's cut meat altogether. Only thing he's doing is seafood. He's on seafood, vegetables. He's not doing any meat. And so we went and had seafood. And I'm telling him, like, bro, I got a new show for you. And it's been in my feed for a while. I just never really watched it. And a lot of stuff that's out right now, I'm just turned off by it. It's just way too weird. And granted, this is getting weird in season 2 for me. It's gotten a little bit too weird. But season 1, you don't even need the storyline. Just her skill set alone. I mean, I'm sitting here going, this chick is gifted. The actress, she's gifted. She playing different characters, and each character is a different. Well, anyway. I don't want to mess it up for folks, but she playing different characters that all look like her, and she play them distinctly different. The baby bad. I'm like, this chick can act her behind off. I don't know where she from. Originally, it said it was Canadian film, like Canada, some kind of Canada thing. Now it's BBC, I think, who took it over in the next series, in the next season 2. That baby bad. That sister is bad as hell. And a little foster brother dude, I thought he was really English. He did his English accent very well. That baby, but the chick who playing the roles, that girl is bad. She just, that's all I can say. Anybody who can play roles like that is tough. And she need Academy Award, Emmy, whatever the hell nominations. We need to get all of them, all of the above. Cause she blew me back. I was sitting there going, when I started watching, hold on, that's the same chick. I was sitting, and I told Joe, I said, Joe, I'm telling you, by the time she was done, she had like 6, 7 different roles of her, of different parts of herself in this movie, and you couldn't distinguish. There was no overlapping. It was like they were literally, she played each personality distinctly different. And I said, and superbly done. Girl, the psychotic one who like psycho, and it's very well, the first season very well. It done went a little bit too weird to me, but, and I'm gonna go ahead and finish watching it because it was good. It's kind of like there was another show, if y'all never watched it, and it's I got into it and then I got hooked. Like, I liked Breaking Bad, and Breaking Bad was kind of dark. I don't normally like a dark show, but Breaking Bad was good. And it was well written. Another one that was well written, and I'm sorry to hear that actor died, and I liked him too. I think was it not Omar? I forgot was it Omar? I forgot his name. The Wire. That show was so good. The Wire was probably one of the best. I got people hooked on The Wire because I had my friend Bridget. She like, girl. She said, oh boy, I guess he OD'd, unfortunately, in real life. Was it Omar? What was his name? I forgot the actor. He played this character, allergies, y'all. We got overcast right now. The seasons are changing. And I got to get that back patio done because I want a garden for my new season. But I need to get it done. And my dude ain't come back to put my little canopy up. But I'm going to hire Linda's Landscapers, I think, and have them come out here. It was the crap, wasn't it? The Wire was one of the best. Never dealt drugs, never used drugs. But what I realized in watching that show was whoever did that show, they did their research on every level. They had the street politics. They had the politics. They had the police politics. They covered the gamut, and they went deep. They went deep. And they laid that show out. You knew. I was like, it was just probably one of the best written shows. And then, what's the other one that was kind of dark? Breaking Bad was dark. I love Breaking Bad. Oh, Queen of the South. It's a Latino show, but it's good. And the way that show twisted was, it's almost on that same kind of vibe, more Latino version of The Wire, but it then deals with the border issues. It deals with the drug issues. It deals with, oh my God, it deals with human trafficking. And like I said, I'm not normally into dark shows, but they did their research to give you kind of a reality, and it's almost kind of sad. Another one, if y'all have never watched this, hold on, I gotta see what the name of it is. Give me a second, I'll tell y'all. And it's a really good show. It's heart-wrenching, but it's a good series. Hold on. It's on Prime. Oh my God, I gotta see if I can remember the name of it. And I can see it in my head right now. Um, Let me see. It was a series. Oh my God, I can't remember. And I'll let y'all know here in a minute. It is. Now I'm old school. I do like if you haven't seen Lupin, Lupin is a good one. Oh my God, I'm trying to see this show and I can't remember. Oh my God. The dude is in prison for a murder and he's kind of got learning issues. But he's not a bad dude. He's actually a good dude. And he's on death row. His sister is doing everything she can to get him off of death row. Hold on, let me see if I can do it. I'm gonna Google it. See if I can Google it. Hold on. Rectify. Rectify. Um, that show is like one of my top favorites as well. Rectify was really good. It was. Joe said he couldn't get into it, but Rectify to me showed me the humanness of people. Um, and it takes place kind of in a small town, and this dude, he's like on death row, and it's not, later you find out he didn't commit the murder, and you find out, it's funny how people, because they classify you, and even though he's a white guy, they put people based on where they're at in society. So he was somebody who had learning issues. He was weird. He was kind of a nerd. He was different, and because of those differences, he became the person of focus that they did. um I never could get into Dexter. That's a little too dark for me, probably. I don't. I don't. So I'm, when I mention some of my twisted shows, I like them because they make me, like I was just saying. Somebody asked me that I need counseling because of Monty, and I said no. I'm analytical. So for me, I analyze a situation and it still play it through my head and what can I learn from it. So for me, it's a growing piece, and eventually it'll wane, but I also incorporate what can I do to grow from it. So if it's too dark, I can't get into it. Dexter, I don't like sociopath killers like that. That's not my thing. So like even with the show Orphan Black, the really crazy sister chick, I'm really not a fan of hers. Who I like is the main character, the main girl she plays, that then discovers that, she has these other divisions of herself. And so I like that character. And then the other one that I find interesting, and I find her kind of comical because she's kind of schizoid and her needs counseling as well, is the soccer ball mom. Because I, I find it a kind of a weird analogy to me that here you got this person that looks like they're in this perfect little suburban house and everything is wonderful, happy, joy, and she crazy as a box of rocks. That to me, that's why I enjoy her character. Yeah, you get those, and that's yeah. I got you. And again, I haven't watched Dexter. I just kind of knew what Dexter was about, so it was just not a show that reached out to me. Although I do want that bag. I've been wanting it for years, but it was expensive, and now they don't make them anymore. It was made by Oakley. His side laptop bag. I've been wanting that, and it's made by Oakley, but Oakley stopped making them, and so the only place you could sometimes find them was on eBay, and they were expensive, like $200-300 bag. I'm like, I'm so cool on it, but I want that bag. Um, Not gonna like that one either. I already know I'm not gonna like it. I already saw the series and I saw like the little previews. Not my kind of thing. So how I got into Orphan Black, I really was interested because to me it has a sci-fi piece. The whole, well, I don't want to mess up everybody, but there's a cloning piece. So that kind of sci-fi part, that's what drew me in. And where are they going with it? And so now I'm trying to just want to know, how is the storyline going to end? Where are they going to go with it? It's kind of like Lupin. If you've seen Lupin, Lupin is really good. He's a thief, but he's also not a thief. So for me, what I wanted to know was, where is this going? Because he's not really. And then you find out there's some other things that play a part in how Lupin, if you haven't seen Lupin, Lupin the black one, the one with Lupin the black eye, that's actually good. If y'all haven't seen it, it's English or whatever. And it's a brother who plays it. He's English. I think he's English, whatever country he's from, French, whatever. And I can't remember which. I don't know if it's on. I don't know if it's on. Oh, well. Hey, Nikki. All right. Yeah, sis, it's good to see you. I hope all is well with you. Are you back on the road? Are you still here in the valley? Um, Lupin. It is on Netflix. Okay. I knew I saw it somewhere. I just reactivated my Netflix. Lupin is good. I enjoyed him. That brother's bad too. Phenomenal actor. And Nikki, I hope your grandfather's okay. Let me say that. I hope your grandfather's okay. Because I know y'all, I ain't seen you in forever in a minute. Um, I like Lupin. Lupin is good. I actually binge watched that too. Orphan Black, I didn't expect to get caught in it, but I want to go see what happened. Now they going a little bit into some weird stuff in season 2, so I'm gonna have to see if I'm gonna follow it to season 2. But I love season 1, and it looks like they got about 6 seasons of this show. I think is what I saw. Tonight I'm gonna watch Foundations. I haven't done that, but I'll be getting out here in a little bit with y'all, and I'm gonna watch Foundations. It looks like they got 3 episodes out, and I love sci-fi. And Foundations is built off of the Dune series. Now, I am not, y'all know I'm Christian, I'm not into the whole metaphysical thing, but Dune, I think, was all kind of some sci-fi, supposed to get into the undertone of the metaphysical stuff. Not my thing, but I love sci-fi. So, good sci-fi. I don't like the fake, crazy the B sci-fi. I need my sci-fi to be good. Like Aliens. Remember Aliens? So I'm not usually, some people looked at Aliens as horror, which it has an element of it. But for me, Aliens was sci-fi suspense. And I loved Aliens. I mean, the stomach, the storyline was good. Another one was, and it's supposed to, I think, be a spinoff from Aliens. Hey Jaden, what's up, baby? It's supposed to be a spinoff from Aliens. They went to this planet and there's these creatures, and I forgot the name of it. I got the DVD somewhere around this apartment, probably in a box somewhere around here, and I forgot the name of it. But it's a spinoff. It was pretty good as well. But I'm a sci-fi person, so what drew me into Orphan Black was when I watched the preview. And then when it said, hey, she's on this, and this ain't gonna mess anybody because this is the preview for it, the trailer. It says she's on this platform and she sees a woman that looks just like her, and the woman commits suicide right in front of her face. She picks up the woman's purse and impersonates this woman. Man, I'm trying to relax, release, and still wrapping my mind around stuff, but yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you. And I hope all is well for you too, Mr. Jaden. But she kills herself, and then later on she takes on this woman's identity, not realizing what door is going to open. And then you start seeing all these other characters, and you're like, whoa, that's when you're really drawn in, because now you like, what's going on and why? So that's the only thing that may keep me into figuring out season 2, because they got some stuff in there that on a moral side, it's like I can't. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of people trying to shove certain stuff down my throat. Just show me a story. I don't need you to shove certain stuff down my throat. I don't. I know it exists, but it's now. It's like I got to put it in everything. Okay, yeah, well, I'm happy he's doing. Well, I'm happy y'all doing okay. Anybody making it through COVID, all y'all, including Nikki and her granddad, everybody making it through this. Matter of fact, I went to the dentist yesterday. Let me segue from the shows. And my dental hygienist, her daughter is a ICU nurse out here, and she was saying this, and I want y'all to hear me. If you're not vaccinated, I really strongly suggest you really think on it and get vaccinated. Um, I'm not a doctor. You need to go talk to your local doctor and find out. Okay. But B, she said that even with breakthrough cases where people are recovering because they are vaccinated, but they have breakthrough cases, they still are having major lung damages. So understand, COVID is a respiratory virus and it triggers other things, especially if you're not vaccinated. But even if you're vaccinated and you're not taking the proper precautions and you get a breakthrough infection, it can impact your lungs because that is its major function as its viral thing that it does. That's why it's a COVID based virus. Y'all don't know about SARS and all that stuff that I've lived through. Go research it. Those are COVID based viruses. We've had more than COVID-19, we've had others. So, unfortunately, with this COVID, it is so aggressive that it is causing long term effects, even on those who are physically vaccinated, but we're more likely to survive it than those who aren't. I just watched, they did an interview with a young man, baby was 24 years old. He didn't look to be like, I don't know if he had any underlying health issues, but y'all know how they was telling the young folks that they could survive this. Now their group is getting hit with the Delta variant, and they ain't doing too hot. Everything from babies up is getting hit with the Delta variant. It is. No, it's not. It's not discriminating based on age now. And he's like, yeah, he bought into the whole. He's up in, I think, Montana somewhere. He bought into it, didn't go get vaccinated. They show him interviewing. He's on the nasal things, and he would talk for a few minutes, and I'm like, oh my god. He did an interview where he was talking to them. I don't even know if it was a week later, man dead. Well, 2 days later, because it was just 2 days ago. He dead. And that was on, you can look it up on the NBC Nightly News. They interviewed the man, and the man is dead. You can do 24-year-old, NBC 24-year-old COVID. And they said that he passed away. And he talked about if he get a chance, I like the way he put it, and he left behind a son. This ain't nothing to play with. And I can't tell you what to do because I understand some people are concerned with the risk. What if I get the vaccine and die? We all can die from anything, but I don't know. COVID seemed to be doing a good job. I decided to take the roll of the dice, and I talked to my doctor, and I went and got my shots. I waited like a lot of people did, make sure that I saw other folks. Baby, go get the shots. Y'all done experimented on the black folks and the Latino folks, so we gonna let y'all go first. And then when I saw y'all went first and y'all seem to be doing all right, I waddled my butt over and got mine done. But I had to wait, make sure. So that's a little joke. But honestly, I done research too. So I had read stuff, researched stuff, and I did watch a lot of information. And what was most impressive to me, I didn't know who Moderna was. Like I said, and I'm not saying Moderna's bad. My brother and his wife, they got Moderna because that's what the college gave them. He's an educator. So that's what they gave them free at the college. And that's because he was one of the first groups based on, I guess, whatever his job, because he's a teacher or whatever. And I don't know if he was teaching remotely or if he had to go in. Now I got mine in like April. I got mine in April. Joe got his in March. I got mine in April. And then one of the mothers from the church, when Monty passed, the one whose daughter gave me points to get one of the rooms for free, she got her like early on in Texas because she was in Texas when the whole virus with her daughter. And yeah, no, mm-mm. I'm very um I'm very aware that we need it. And a booster shot, I might have to get the booster because I have underlying health issues. I haven't talked to my doctor about that yet, but we'll be talking. I can't do it for 6 months. I probably would go with the 8 month period because I think the 8 month is really, I just thought that was a good thing. Um, I'm looking, and again, I watch news in other countries, and y'all, other countries, pray for the Canary Islands, that La Palma thing with them volcanoes. Be praying for them folks. There's a lot of things going on spiritually right now, and folks ain't aware. And I'm just gonna tell you, it's some spiritual stuff going on. Believe what you want to believe. Y'all might want to crack that book called the Bible and read on it. Well, Nikki, praying it's not COVID. Make sure you do a test again in a few days. Um, One of the bad things, good and bad things, they are doing the tests faster, but the bad part is some of the tests were false negatives. And I forgot what the percentage was. I don't know if that has gotten better or not, but I know earlier on you could get a false positive or a false negative. And most of the time, the positives were pretty much on point because you had symptoms to align with it. But if you still have the problem, go get tested again. Um, because I think when they're swabbing up there, they have to get um, a good sample to try to find that damn um, virus. And it just really depends on if the sample they get gives them what they need. Joe had to go because he didn't know if he had a breakthrough because one of his nephews wouldn't get the shot and he tested positive for COVID. Um, he had to go back and do tests, and he did. They gave him two tests. I think at the CVS, two tests. And the reason they do the two tests is because if one of them comes back positive, which I actually like the method, then they want you to test again because they know about the false positive or false negative issue. So they're trying to make sure. So if you only tested with one, try to maybe go to a CVS and see if they can do the two. Because if they do the two and one of them comes back with a positive, then you may need to go and get tested again to make sure because you're probably going to come positive eventually for both. It just depends on what the sample is, just so you know. Just so you know. But I'm praying it's not COVID, that it's just something simple. Um, I do know it's allergy season right now, so we got that coming in. We got everything changing up here in Arizona. Um, I like me. I pretty much stay in my house, and the company I'm with, they were talking about going back in October. We're holding. Now that the numbers are starting to, they said I think we're breaking even on the numbers, so the numbers aren't going up again for COVID, for the Delta variant. The Mu is here, but the Mu is throughout the country. But the Mu is a much more aggressive, and the vaccines, the Mu apparently the vaccines don't really have any impact on the Mu. Um, but the Mu variant, that variant ain't no joke. And the other one I was more concerned with, and then I heard about Mu, was Lambda. Because Lambda was between Delta and Mu, from what I understood. And Lambda, they were saying that the vaccines had no impact on that. Yeah, I would. Yeah, if you still having problems, go back and get the double test. And I think Joe said he went to CVS and they did two. So if you do that, they'll do both tests, and then if it comes back with one of them being positive, they have you come back and get a check again. Because what they're trying to do is narrow down which one is right. Because like I said, there was with the testing, and like I said, I've been very blessed. Thank you, Jesus. Um, but with the test, what my understanding was is that one of them will give you a false positive. Well, couple of them will give you false positives, the earlier versions. I haven't really researched the latest ones, but I know that when he told me he got the 2, I understood why. Because of the false positives, false negatives, false positives, same thing. They just gave like a bad reading. And what you want to do is try to find out for sure what you have. The other thing they can tell too is they can x-ray the lungs, and apparently they're able to see what looks to be more COVID-based respiratory issues. So like Joe had a small bout of pneumonia, but he was negative for COVID. But they told him go ahead and get checked. But the type of pneumonia he had, the basic point of a pneumonia he had, it didn't look COVID based. So there's things they can tell about the respiratory type infections that people are getting to almost narrow it down based on what they've seen as to whether it's COVID related or not. So that's something to actually note. Y'all, I'm probably need to drink some water because I was eating my dang nuts. I'm trying to think what else. That's it. I done got off on, y'all, I done got off here. Anyway, I was just doing check-in and talking about some shows today. I was like, okay, I'm going to check in. So somebody asked me about counseling. No, I'm not. And I just want to make sure you understand this. I'm not depressed. What I walked into, it's kind of, it makes you analyze. And I'm a person that analyze life to where, so I told this years ago when I did a sermon, my first sermon. I'm a person who analyze something that's even dead after it's dead. I'm looking at it, why die? Why did I die that way? I ask questions. And that's an analytical mind. It's a mind that's meant I want to understand. And I want to understand more. There's people who just walk through this life and I don't understand them because again, they're not built like me. We're all very different, but we have different variations of same similar type of things. There are people who are very analytical. There are people who aren't analytical. They might be more just live life frivolously and freely without ever really thinking about stuff. There's people from all different classifications that you could put people in. People that are more outgoing, people that are more introspective. I mean, there's people in different areas, and we all have maybe different variations of it, but there's areas that we're stronger in. And I know me, I'm very analytical. So I look at things. It's just like for me right now, finding the little brother is something that's on my heart. And I've already had analyzed every possible way to do it. And I've been very blessed that I got some people around me who've had to do something similar. So once I get documentation I need, I will be able to locate him. And I believe, prayerfully, if things go the way I want, the court system will get the mom my information, and then I can get her what she needs so that she can get what she needs from the railroad, from Monty's, whatever they allow her based on a disabled child. So that, because he's a dependent, and it was the lady who with the railroad was so nice. She gave because I gave her, like, she asked me for information and I gave her the laundry list. And she said, if you get a hold of that woman, have her call us. So I have the information that I can get to her once I end up reaching out to her. And I also want to know who she is. I've met all the siblings with the exception of this one. And being the oldest, and I don't know what my time is on the planet, I would like to get to know the child. Good, bad, or indifferent. I think it's good. One of the blessings, even though Grumpy's family was ratchet, I'd never met his father's side. And even though they're ratchet, I am so happy I met them. I know that sounds strange, but I think a doctor said this to me one time. I was going to a cardiologist because I was having heart palpitations. And this was when I was younger. Not as heavy as I am now. It was maybe 175. I still overweight. Maybe about, let's say, it was it was right after it was right after my surgery when I got sick. And I might have been between just under 200. And I was having some heart palpitations. I had to go see this pulmonary or cardiologist, whatever. And he was Middle Eastern, totally good guy. I mean, thoroughly enjoyed him, and he spoke some wisdom. Guys, if you listen, God can speak through people and speak wisdom to you, and he spoke some wisdom. He's asking me about my parentage. He's asking me because they ask your history and your health history. Well, it also goes to your spiritual history. It goes to some things that you inherit as far as behaviors. I didn't grow up with Grumpy, but we have some major similarities. All his children, I can look at all of them and I see the similarities. How he used to do this, I do this sometimes, but not to the degree in which he does it. But the two brothers, the two half brothers, they do that. They do that. And I was like, ooh, okay. Because there's some stuff with that, but they've got to work that out on their own. Okay. But that's what I said. You have to analyze what you got good and bad. And the stuff that you got bad, you want to try to shed. And I pray, I'm like, God, whatever we got to do, we got to cut that off. So no, I do sit back and I have been playing some things. I've been doing some introspective, which I think you should do. But you can't force people into that. We talked about this. Frankie, Keisha Cole's mama, the one who died, who had the drug issue. All those kids, even Keisha Cole, even though she was raised by somebody else, I'm sure she was impacted because you inherit that. There's things you inherit. Even if you didn't grow up around it, it's bizarre. It travels through the lines. That's why some people, you might not grow up with a parent with drug issues, and later on you find out the kid has drug issues. They grew up in the same household, but oh, your mom, you just like your mom. Your mom was a drug addict, a crackhead, whatever, and they inherit something along the line of an addictive behavior. People who have, like I'm obese, or you have eating disorders or whatever, there are people who maybe the mother was obese and they end up being anorexic. It's still a disorder. You just inherit it in a different way. So you got to analyze those things, and then those are the things that come into play that make you be able to eventually hopefully get some freedom. um that's the best way I can do it. But I'm a person that I analyze the situation and I read it, and then I have to see how am I going to deal with it, how am I coping with it. Not coping in the sense of a depression, but coping in the sense of how do I actually break this generational curse over my life. Okay, how do I not, is there any part of that generational curse that's impacting me? Am I ratchet like these people in any form or fashion? Is there anything that I've done? And how do I keep that at bay? You know, it's very obvious to me that Monty and cousin Aquanetta and cousin John, they had some similarities, especially when it comes to manipulation of people, playing games with people, and trying to control people. That's something Aquanetta to me was a female Monty. I was like, ooh, ooh. That's what I said. I already knew. Monty looked at fat women. Is like, oh, I'm gonna play you for what I can get, and that's what Aquanetta. Y'all see me do the arms, right? Bring it, because I'm not gonna play that game. But the folding, that means the defenses are up. So we, I did have to analyze that. I had to look at it and what I was going to accept and what I wasn't going to accept. So it's not that, it's just really wrapping my head around, wow, you know, the things we inherit. Like my mom, she did this on my nose. I sweat on my nose. Mommy used to sweat on you sweat on your nose just like your daddy. I didn't even know him at the time, but I met him, and when we would be in Texas, both of us be sweating right down our nose. And just stuff you inherit. That's a natural inheritance. If I look here, watch my eye. Let me see if I can do it. This eye will go here, and I can keep this eye focused, and it'll just go like this. Monty could do that. Those are natural things that are inherent, but then you also inherit things that aren't physically seen, but they are seen. And like I said, there are people I know. I have friends of mine, and we had a talk, and he kind of got mad at me. Um, and he got mad at me, and I said to him, because he was talking about, he loved his mom, and his mom, I met his mother, very nice lady. But I also knew his mom had control issues. She was a control freak from hell. But that's mama, because that's what he knows. But she could shut him down. He'd be like a little boy, grown ass dude. I'm just gonna keep it real. And if she shunned him, she she knew exactly how to control her children. That's a control freak. She knew exactly what to do to each child to get them to function the way she wants them to. I got another lady who's like that. Control freak. I know control freaks. And it's done. And then you may wonder why your sibling married a man who was a control freak and a manipulator. She grew up with a mama who was like one. You draw what you know. And if you don't think controlling is a generational curse, that's not a blessing. To control somebody else's, that's not good. That's something wrong. And so you wonder why. And then you get mad when I say, well, you're trying to blame this on her husband. That came from somewhere. Well, we didn't have that in our family. Oh, yeah, you did. But you can't tell somebody, oh, your mama has this little ratchet part of herself that likes to be a control freak. Like I said, she's on every other level. I met her, very nice lady. But I instantly picked up the control thing. I picked it up before meeting her because he had told me things. But there's people who don't have the capability to look in the mirror and see the truth of their families, their family lines. Some of them won't even get on here and talk about it because we sweep so much family dirt under the carpet that unfortunately it becomes plus Trump. I mean, the brother is damaged. He came from a damaged family. His dad was foul. And it's like when I told Monty when he first came in office, I said he's broken. There's something from his childhood. Everything I said, next thing you know, his niece gets out, writes a book, and tells us exactly virtually what I said. And Monty's like, did you see this niece? I said, I heard something about a niece writing a book. And I was telling him stuff way before. And then this woman basically came out and confirmed exactly what I analyzed because I come from damage. I know damage. I know damage. So you're going to inherit, but what you inherit don't mean you have to keep on board. You can work with the Lord to get some freedom. And Shannon wants freedom. So I do analyze it. I do review it. I do play it in my head. Like, how do I come out of this? And that's critical to me. I don't, it's up to us to get freedom, but a lot of us, we don't want to see it. And I think it becomes hard. I don't, and almost, again, going a little bit spiritual here. I think that, in my opinion, spiritually, and I believe in the devil, I believe spiritually him and his hordes of demons, they help people keep that covered up because it's a foothold in your life to keep you stagnant. And if you can't get freedom from it, R. Kelly, that's another good example. R. Kelly, I think that sums it up right off. You know, he talking about his sister, him, that stemmed from somewhere. And he's translated it down to all these females he's messed with, Bill Cosby. You know, that stems from somewhere. And if you don't deal with it, you're going to deal with it. If you don't, and I was telling Joe this last night in our conversation, if you don't get it, you will get it. You know, and we're going to learn. You're going to learn one way or another. You know, you learn one way or another. It's just what it is. It's what it is. Anyway, y'all, it is 60 plus minutes on here. I'm going to get off of here. I hope y'all have a blessed night. Anybody watches this later, like, share, give us a thumbs up, share it out. Somebody asked me about my Cash App. I always put that in. I've been putting that in the community board, but it's always in the links too. So thank you, because I've had some donations in the past on the Facebook side. And thank you, but God bless y'all. I don't ask for nothing, but if you want to, hey, bless me. I don't care. A blessing. Peace, joy, happiness, 2 and 2, y'all. And the barbecue sauce I am working on. Actually, this week I'm reaching out about the labels. The labels. Jaden, you be safe too on that. Be safe out there, and y'all stay out of trouble. 2 and 2. Peace. And y'all, the phone, it did this long ways and not the other way. I had to rig it.